Hey guys, so this is the night before surgery. I just finished editing the video that you guys will see while I'm in surgery, which is talking about my pre-op diet and all of that. Basically, they gave me some Gatorade, like a packet of Gatorade solution, or powder, excuse me, that they wanted me to mix in 3 cups of water. And I have to drink half of it before midnight, and the other half, I have to wake up at 5 o'clock and drink that. So I already drank the first half, so I'm just chilling. I will say I've been a little nervous today, I'm not gonna lie. It's my first surgery where I will be under general anesthesia. So yeah, just wanted to check in. This is the night before surgery. In less than 7 hours, I'll be over there. So wish me luck. Alright guys, good morning. This is surgery day, so I actually did get a few hours of sleep. I'm a little surprised. I woke up at around 5 o'clock. I drank the other half of my Gatorade, and then I got ready at around 6:15. So right now it's like 6:45 a.m. I'm just waiting to be picked up by my dad, and then I'm gonna head over there. So I'll keep in touch. So they just did my COVID test, and I'm just waiting the results. They got me in this tiny room. All right, so I'm in the hospital. They got my IV, checked in, tested negative for COVID. So I'm just gonna hang out until it's time to go back. Wish me luck. All right, you guys, so surgery's done. Just a little uncomfortable in my abdomen right now, but no nausea yet, so just gonna hopefully get walking soon. And yeah, hopefully I'll go home today. Hey guys, it's been a while. I did just want to give an update because it is Wednesday, December 23rd, right before Christmas Eve. And yeah, I got discharged from the hospital Sunday, the 20th, around noon. And I've just been kind of recovering since then. Today is the first day that I try to drink a protein shake. So far, I've been able to get half of it down without any real issues, which is nice. Yesterday, the 22nd, excuse me, it's real life, okay? Yesterday, the 22nd, I was able to eat yogurt for the first time, and I was able to completely finish the yogurt. It did take a couple hours though. Like I wasn't able to do that in one sitting. I took a couple bites, drank some fluids, like 30 minutes afterwards, and just kind of worked on that throughout the day. So I definitely feel a lot better than I did the first 2 to 3 days post-op. And I'm gonna get a little bit more into that once I, just sitting down talking to you guys, because I do want to discuss like my recovery process in the hospital and just what those first couple days are like, because it was very different than how I feel right now, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, so this is what, day four-ish, and things are going a lot smoother. So I'm very happy, very excited. As far as weight loss goes, guys, I've actually lost over 20 pounds since when I was 308, which was my weight when I picked my surgery date. So right now I'm actually 285 from 308, which was 2 weeks ago. So that's insane to me. It just makes me more excited about this journey, and I just can't wait to start my new life. So yeah, this is my update for today. And I will keep you guys updated as the weeks and days go on.
Ryan Little.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Can you believe it has been 1 week since surgery already? It blows my mind, to be honest. I wanted to come on and give you guys an update, kind of running down what my first week looked like after surgery, including, a few little clips from me in the hospital, my time in the hospital, and how it's been progressing since then. So, as you guys know, I had VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or the vertical sleeve, done on December 19th, 2020, which was a week from today when I'm filming. So right now it is the following Saturday, which is the 26th, December 26th, right after Christmas. As far as my specs go, I'm about 5'9". I was 308 pounds when I started my pre-op diet. When I weighed in at the hospital last week, I was 295 pounds. And then I actually just weighed myself today, 1 week out, and I am 281 pounds. So that is a 27-pound loss since I started my pre-op diet. And that is a 14-pound loss since surgery. That's insane to me. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a few reasons for that. So let's start from the beginning. I went into the hospital pretty early. My surgery was at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be there at around 7:30. To prep for surgery, I just wiped myself down with those chlorhexidine wipes that they gave me before, that they gave me to use the night before as well. I wiped myself down with those, changed into my gown. They knocked me out. I was gone, out like a light, okay? And they performed surgery on me. Now, when I woke up, I was still in the post-op section of the bariatric unit, before they transitioned me to the floor. And I was really groggy. I noticed I had 6 bandages. I had one on the right side of my belly button, and then, what up? I gotta look for reference. Hold on. I had one kind of like on my chest by my sternum a little bit, and then I had the rest on the left side of my belly button. The biggest one was on the right. That's where they actually removed part of my stomach. So that was the biggest incision that I had. Now, like I said, I was really groggy. Once I was a little bit more awake and all of that stuff, they took my vitals and my blood pressure was off the chain. Like, I don't remember what it was when I was first waking up, but they wanted to wait a little bit for it to go down before they transferred me to the floor. Makes sense. Once it went down a little bit, they transferred me to the floor, where I actually was sharing a room with somebody. So that was a disaster. I really suggest, before you do this, if you're gonna do this, really trying to find out what post-op care is gonna be like. That's a mistake that I made. I just assumed it was, I didn't think about those finer details, like, am I gonna have to share a room, and all of that. So, and we'll get into that in a second, but I went into the room, maybe I'd say like an hour after I got there. I kind of felt like I needed to use the bathroom. So I got myself up. It was a little hard at first just because, again, you can feel a lot of pressure on your abdomen area. So it was kind of hard for me to get myself up for that reason. But my arm strength was still there, so I was able to get myself up, and I actually walked to the bathroom just fine, used the bathroom. I'd say maybe another hour after that, I kind of wanted to start getting up and walking already. Just because, I just wanted to make sure everything was good. And, I start walking, I'm burping, things are looking great. My legs are strong. Like, it's no worries. I just feel, obviously, like, sore around the abdomen. It feels like I did 1,001 sit-ups is what it was. So I walked pretty frequently throughout the evening. I just wanted to keep on moving. So I walked a good amount. And then, they came, they gave me, you get like 6 little 30 ml cups of water, and that's, you know, the water test 30, 60, 90. They want to see if you can take this much water and keep it down. So I was starting to do that, and I wasn't really having any issues, but right out of surgery, I was only able to take like, I don't even want to call it a sip. You know what I'm saying? It was like a capful at a time of a sip. And every time I would take a sip of water, I felt my stomach cramping. And that honestly was the majority of the discomfort and pain I was feeling, was the cramping that I was experiencing. And like I said, that happened while I was drinking that full trial run. So now by the time I finished the trial run of the water, I actually ended up throwing up. And when I threw up, again, disclaimer, guys, we're about to start talking about bodily fluids and real life stuff. So if you don't like it, you may want to skip over a little bit. But when I threw up, I actually saw what looked like coffee grounds. And if you're in the medical field at all, if you work in healthcare, or, you know, a nurse or a doctor, coffee grounds usually is like blood. You know, that's usually blood that's been through your digestive system or sitting in your stomach, and that acid turns at that color, right? And so I ended up throwing that up. I wasn't freaking out about it because, I mean, I was like, you know, they cut away like 75% of my stomach. Of course, there's going to be some blood. I was just worried that it happened right when I finished my water trial. So I, of course, let the nurse know. They reassured me that that was normal, that sometimes people will throw up and they'll have the blood come out. I mean, you know, the coffee grounds be present in their throw up or their emesis. And so that happened. After that, they kept me on IV fluids, just because I wasn't really able to keep liquids down myself. So they kept me on IV fluids. And while all this is happening, my blood pressure is still off the chain. So like my blood pressure had started really, I don't have high blood pressure, mind you. Like that's not a diagnosis I've had. Even whenever my blood pressure has been high, it's usually like in the 140s, okay? Over, you know, like 90. It's not crazy. They took my blood pressure that evening and I was like 200 over 115. And that's insane. So they had to give me some medication through the IV because I couldn't swallow anything. They also had me on tramadol for the discomfort. And I really wanted to take the painkiller as well just to kind of help me sleep because I knew that sleep was going to be uncomfortable. Initially, we were talking about maybe discharging me that day, but because I wasn't holding in fluids and because my blood pressure was high, I told them myself that I think it's a good idea if I stay in the hospital overnight. So they kept me. My blood pressure did go down a little bit after they gave me some medications, and I just tried to focus on getting comfortable and sleeping. Again, they had me on IV fluids, so I wasn't too worried about being dehydrated. Now, the reason I brought up the roommate earlier is because I just had a horrible experience with my roommate. I just happened to get put in a room with somebody who was extremely inconsiderate for whatever reason. I didn't speak with them, but they were just very loud, always on the phone with everybody they've ever met in their life, mind you. And the thing about it is this, not only were they on the phone, it was a speaker conversation. So they had it on speaker and it was just a whole thing. He kept the TV on all night. All night, guys. Like I'm not exaggerating. When I say all night, that TV did not turn off. I asked the nurses, do you guys have like a quiet hours, you know, or something like that that you might be able to reinforce? Mind you, I'm not a shy person, okay? Like I definitely felt like I wanted to say something to him, but remember that I was throwing up. I had just got out of surgery and my blood pressure was sky high. And I felt like death the first day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not feel good at all, especially after throwing up a couple times. I threw up more than once. I just did not feel good. And so I had like no energy. The best they could do for me was to give me some earplugs. And I asked them for some earplugs and luckily they had that. But this was an all night thing. At nighttime, the nurses, I guess, tried to do their best. They did, like at night, I would ask them, if he's asleep, can you turn off his TV or whatever the case may be? And they would. But when I tell you they turned off his TV, he would wake up and turn it right back on. And it wasn't like a quiet TV, like background noise. And it wasn't extremely loud either, but it's loud enough to keep me awake. You know what I'm saying? That was not the best experience. I was dissatisfied with that because me being in healthcare as well, my biggest thing is I know that if I'm trying to feel better, I need to make sure I get some sleep. Especially I was feeling horrible that first day already, and I just knew that I needed sleep to feel at all better. So I was really, disappointed that that was my experience. I know that there's a lot that is out of my control and out of a lot of hospital staff's control as well. I did ask them for another room. They didn't have any. They did tell me, the nurses did tell me that usually bariatric patients get their own room. Why I didn't get my own room, I guess the hospital had, more people admitted. It is COVID, and I'm trying to be understanding. But all this to say, like the nurses, the doctors, that really didn't have nothing to do with them. They treated me very well. They were pleasant. It was fine with the staff there, the nurses and the doctors. I just don't know. I just think that maybe even establishing some type of quiet hours may be beneficial, if that's even a thing they could do, because it's nighttime and people are coming out of surgery and they need to sleep and heal. And to have somebody next to you who like doesn't care at all about your recovery process is just the worst. Mind you, I don't have no family there to support me because it's in the middle of COVID, so nobody can really be in the hospital but the patient. And so I was just, like, if I would have felt decent enough and I wouldn't have thrown up, I would have left that day, to be honest. But I digress. That happened. Find out about your post-operative care. Anyway, the next morning, I tried to take a pill, tramadol, for pain, and I threw that up. So I was on the IV fluids pretty much until I got discharged. I got discharged the next day around, I want to say 11 o'clock or so. And luckily I had family pick me up. And at that point I still felt pretty horrible, but I was able to sip water a little bit and it was staying down and I wasn't feeling nauseous. So I was like, okay, like as long as I can get fluids in and stay hydrated, we should be good. We should be well on our way to a much better experience. My niece picked me up. Shout out to my niece. Love you so much. And thank God for her because the hospital did not discharge me with my medications. They said that their pharmacy is closed on Sunday. I don't know. So, and you can imagine I'm not supposed to be driving. I'm taking opiates, right? Tramadol. And I'm in pain and I'm uncomfortable, okay? So luckily my niece was there to get my medications filled at the Walgreens, and she was so kind to get them for me as well. She picked them up for me when they were ready, and thank God for her because, they were the ones who were gonna provide my pain medications and all of that. So, and so that's another thing I wanna point out is, if you're gonna have this surgery, it would be best if you do have at least one person around who is gonna be willing to help you during this time, even if it's minimally. Do you know what I mean? Just because, while I will say this, you can definitely do this on your own. You can definitely get rides to and from the hospital. I don't think you necessarily need somebody at your house per se if you live alone. But again, when it comes to things like, obviously I needed my meds filled and, just having that support there was very beneficial for me, honestly, especially because I felt so horrible physically. It was nice to have that support. So while, I know a lot of us don't really live by our families and may not have too many friends who have free time like that, or maybe we don't have a lot of close friends to do stuff like that. You can definitely do it on your own, but I want you to prepare for the emotional part of this journey, especially the beginning. Just because, again, it would just be better if, you know, call your mom, tell her to take a couple days off work or something like that. Have a friend come fly down and, you know, just be there to support you. And the reason I say that is because the first couple days after surgery, I was kind of emotional. And people warn about this in other videos. And I always thought, like, that's not going to be my problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be uncomfortable, but that's not going to be my problem. I was so emotional. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. Like, I think it was, you know, the lack of sleep, being in the hospital with nobody there, my blood pressure being off the chain, me throwing up. I threw up again when I got home that first day. So I got home Sunday. Sunday night, I threw up again. And so I just felt really bad physically. And I was starting to be very hard on myself. I was like really sitting there telling myself, you know, why didn't you get yourself together without this? You should have found a way, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I just felt really bad. And I think it's because the combination of the physical discomfort as well as just the fact that at that point, me even sipping water was a struggle. Like, and that's insane, right? Like most people just drink and they don't even think about it. But I had to like actively think about it. And like every time I drank water, guys, my biggest discomfort was the cramping. Every time I drank water, I would feel my just stomach. It was like doing somersaults. You know what I mean? Every single time. Ice chips helped, but you know, I was like scared to drink water. That's how it was Sunday and Monday. Okay. Sunday and Monday, I kind of felt like that. Monday, I was a lot better. I mean, I'm not going to say a lot better, but Monday, I was able to keep water down and I didn't throw up at all. So that was really good. Mind you, I'm not just drinking water. I'm drinking like vitamin waters with zero sugar or like zero sugar Gatorades because you want to make sure that you have your electrolytes as well. Just because, to be honest, the first day or two, I was not drinking a lot of water. I couldn't. Like, it just didn't feel, it was uncomfortable. And so I was kind of dehydrated a little bit the first couple days. And I wanted to make sure that I at least had some electrolytes in me because I just didn't want to feel shitty. So that was Sunday and Monday. And at this point, I'm not taking any pain meds throughout the day. I only took tramadol at night, again, to help me sleep. That was my main thing, is like, I need to be comfortable enough when I'm trying to sleep that I get a good night's sleep. So took that at night. Tuesday, I woke up and I started to feel better, you know? This whole time I've been able to move around and walk. But you know, I wasn't as scared to drink water or like, zero sugar beverages, whatever I was drinking. I was able to keep it down and the cramping was still there, but it wasn't as extreme. So at this point in my mind, I was just happy that I knew I was going to be able to be hydrated. It's the little things, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was going to be able to be hydrated and I knew that I can take medicine because while I was able to take the pill the night before, some of these medicines that they give you, the liquid medications, are very strongly flavored, guys. And when you have this surgery, for me, especially because again, I was throwing up the first 2 days, the smell of those medications flavored with cherry or bubblegum, like throw up all over again. Like I had no appeal for that. But by Tuesday, I was able to get it down and not throw it up again. So things were looking up for me. I was a lot happier at this point. I would say by Wednesday is when things really kicked off and I started to feel so much better. Like I woke up Wednesday morning and I was able to keep fluids down and I felt, you know, like I just felt a lot better. It was a whole new day. Like at this point, me drinking water isn't making me cramp as much. You know, like I still have some gas pain, but I wasn't cramping as much. Mind you, I will say this. When I was in the hospital, sorry to jump back, I did not have that heavy gas pain in my chest feeling. Oop. that people feel. I didn't have that heavy gas pain in my chest feeling that people feel. But I was also throwing up and my blood pressure was high. So you win some, you lose some. But like I was saying, by Wednesday, I was able to drink fluids little by little, of course. And I just felt better. It just felt at that point like I had done, again, 1,001 sit-ups, and that was it. Now, I want to mention incision pain. For me, guys, I did not experience a lot of pain at my incision sites. Like, most of the discomfort and maybe pain I felt the first couple days was internal. You know, you're not only getting incisions on the exterior part of your body or your abdomen where your stomach is, like they're cutting your stomach. So that's kind of where I felt most pain and discomfort. The actual incisions on my stomach, the 6 spots, I don't feel them. Like, even to this day, I don't feel them. And that's just me. I know a lot of people talk about incision pain. Wasn't an issue for me. Now, by Wednesday, things got exciting because I was able to start doing my full liquid diet, which meant for me that I could like try some yogurt, which I did. I was able to eat like a couple spoonfuls and I was full. Mind you, I pretty much always feel full. Like, I'm not at a place where I feel hungry yet because, again, I'm still healing. So I never really feel hungry, but I was able to eat like a couple spoonfuls of that before I was like, oh, like I'm good, you know? I was able to sip a protein shake, and I'm also, you know, at this point able to do like strained cream soups and stuff like that. I didn't do that the first day. I just did the protein shake and the yogurt, which I didn't really eat much of. I really more so just drank fluids that day because I just wasn't hungry and I still was just, you know, at the beginning of consuming anything, even liquids. So I was like, I'm not too worried about that. Now, Thursday, or Christmas Eve at this point, I was able to eat yogurt. I was able to finish mostly one protein shake. Now, one protein shake, if you're getting like Premier Protein, which I showed in my last video, actually counts for more than one serving on the full liquid diet. So almost finished that. And I had a little bit of the condensed soup. I had like cream of chicken, but strained, obviously, low fat. And I had like a couple spoonfuls, was done. But again, at this point, I just feel so much better. Like, I'm just happy that I'm staying hydrated and I'm able to eat anything. So yesterday, which was Friday, which was Christmas Day, I actually did see my parents and like a few family members. And I brought a little bit of the condensed soup with me and I brought a protein shake and I was able to eat like half of the soup. And I did finish the protein shake and I stayed hydrated. And that was pretty much what I consumed. And, you know, I was feeling okay. Like I had a little bit of gas and stuff, but, you know, I wasn't the most comfortable, but I was okay to be around people for a little bit and like drive myself to and from home. I wasn't on pain meds that day, so it was fine. Also, yesterday, guys, again, very personal, but we know that like constipation can be a thing. So yesterday was the first time I was able to like have a regular movement, if you know what I'm saying. And that made me feel a lot better too. Like, I think because I had started eating yogurt and protein shakes, I was starting to make, you know, some fun stuff again. And it had started to make me full as well. And I didn't realize that until that passed. And then I was good to go. You know what I'm saying? And now we're here. So this is Saturday. I actually had half a protein shake earlier. I had half a yogurt and I tried a new soup today. I actually took a chicken tortilla soup. I blended it up and then I heated it up, strained it, obviously. And it was low fat, but I needed something other than milk. I'm sorry. Like, I needed something other than milk. So I made that and it tasted really good. Finally, some flavor. And it didn't hurt my stomach. I didn't throw up. I didn't feel any extra like gassiness. And it wasn't thick, so it wasn't like puree. It was, you know, like a full liquid. You just have to strain it, of course. So that was really nice. To me, that was a treat. That's the first like flavorful thing I've had in weeks. And so, oh my God, I appreciated that. But I still get full very fast. I still can't, now that I'm comfortable drinking fluids, I have to remind myself to take small sips because I can still feel kind of like a tightening around my chest if I take too big of a gulp. So that's something that I think will be forever probably, but I'm okay with that. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I wanted to give you guys like a truthful rundown. I feel like my experience was a little bit different just because of the symptoms that I experienced after surgery. It was a lot harder for me than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna just be honest. I really thought I was gonna walk up in there, have surgery, walk out and be good to go. Like the first couple days, honestly, I thought I wasn't gonna be here. Like, and I'm not saying that to be bogus or like be insensitive to anybody, but that's really how I felt. And again, that's probably why I was a little emotional, which is, you know, again, why I encourage you guys, if you do this, to make sure you have supports. I want to take this moment to thank all of you who were on here and saw my last video and like commented nice things and wished me luck on my surgery. That meant so much to me. You know, it really is the little things, and especially because I was there by myself, it was really nice to read those comments. People on my Instagram, if you don't follow me, go follow me. I'll link it down below. They were very supportive of me. And then my real, you know, personal close friends and family were also very supportive of me. And shout out to all of you guys, because I'm very fortunate to have that. You know, there are people in this world who don't have that support, and I'm very lucky to have that support, you know? And so I just wanted to thank you guys. At this point, I'm very excited for my journey. I can't believe I've lost 27 pounds since my pre-op diet. Like, that to me is freaking insane, guys. That's like 10 pounds a week almost. But I feel very fortunate right now to be here in front of you guys and to share my experience with you. If you guys are on this weight loss journey, I welcome you to follow me on here and let me know if you have a channel, because I'll follow you back. I love to see people who have gone through this journey, because you guys have helped me so much. And I definitely want to keep updating you guys. So I'll be doing weekly updates. I'll be talking about my diet a little bit more. I'm not going to talk about the full liquid diet because it's trash. Like, it's not, there's nothing exciting about the full liquid diet. The most exciting thing I had has been the chicken soup strained. Okay. So there's nothing to say about that. But as we get into puree, I'm definitely going to be letting you guys know the stuff that I'm whipping up, because I'm ashamed to say how excited I am to be able to eat pureed food. But yeah, and if you guys want cooking videos, I can low-key do that too. Low-key. Well, it wouldn't really be cooking. It's gonna be like prepping videos because it's puree food. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough. I'm gonna, if I have clips of when I was in the hospital, I might throw a little bit in there just for like some vlogish, you know, vibes. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys again. I hope you guys have had a great holiday, even if you don't celebrate Christmas. Obviously, whatever you're celebrating this season, I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I will see you guys the next time.